Long ago, in a beautiful land with green fields and flowing rivers, there lived people who had forgotten kindness, honesty, and gratitude to God. They stopped caring for one another. They forgot compassion and respect. And slowly, kindness began to disappear from their hearts. Among them lived a kind and patient man named Noah. He guided people toward goodness, kindness, and a better way of life. He reminded them to care for one another, to be honest, and to show compassion to those around them. But many refused to listen. Some people laughed at him and questioned his message, while others walked away without caring. Still, no matter how difficult the days became, Noah never lost hope. Through all the hardships, Noah continued to think about his people and all the creatures of God. His heart was filled with hope, and he was ready to carry out the great mission that had been entrusted to him. One day, the command came to build a great ark, an ark that would one day become a safe shelter for many people and animals. With hope and quiet determination, Noah began his great task. He knew he had an important mission to fulfill. Day after day, he worked with patience and care, never losing hope. But the people laughed at him and made fun of him.
An ark? Here? In the middle of dry land?
Even so, Noah remained calm and steadfast and continued building the ark with faith.
What a fool! He'll never finish it!
Days passed. Day by day, the ark grew bigger and stronger. Building it took a long time and required great patience, hard work, and perseverance. At last, after many days of faithful effort, the great ark was complete. It had several levels, with rooms for people, places for the animals, and storage for food, water, and everything needed for the journey. Now, everything was ready for the long, long journey ahead. When Noah saw the sign that the great flood was about to begin, he went to his people one last time. With a caring heart and a gentle voice, he called them to believe in God and invited them to board the ark so they could be safe from the coming flood. But once again, the people refused to listen. Instead of believing his words, they laughed at Prophet Noah and ignored his final warning. When the promised time finally arrived, God guided the animals toward the ark. From every kind of creature, a pair, male and female, came calmly toward the ark. Lions, elephants, sheep, deer, rabbits, foxes, and many other creatures peacefully and in order entered the ark. The birds also came down from the sky, flying gently toward their place of safety. Even the smallest creatures, the tiny insects and little animals, followed the divine command and reached the ark. After the animals and the birds, a small number of faithful people, along with Noah's family, also entered the ark. There was no fear, no chaos, and no fighting among them. It was as if they all knew that the time of rescue had arrived. Suddenly, the sky grew dark. Heavy rain began to fall. The springs of the earth burst forth with great force. Water rose from every direction. Rivers overflowed, and valleys slowly filled with water. Even the mountains began to disappear beneath the rising flood. The ark gently floated upon the vast waters. Amid the great storm, it stood as a safe shelter, protecting all those inside. Because even in the darkest moments, hope always remains. For the first time after many long and difficult days, a ray of light broke through the clouds. The rain began to fade, the storm came to an end, and the dark clouds slowly drifted away. After so much darkness and waiting, hope finally returned to the world. Slowly, the earth began to take back the waters. The water level gradually went down. After many long days of waiting, the ark finally came to rest on the slope of a mountain. Noah and the righteous people stepped out of the ark with hearts full of gratitude to God. The animals also left the ark, one by one, returning to the newly renewed world. The earth became green and beautiful again. Rivers began to flow, and life started anew. The story of Noah's Ark teaches us that even in the hardest moments, patience, faith, and hope can always open a path toward the light.